extremely sorry if you can hear my mom. She's extremely loud. I hate that sometimes. But either way, let's see. What if Deku had a fire quirk? Don't mind the noise in the background. We start this off at the age of 4. Izuku's taken to the quirk darker because during blowing out the candles, he shot out some green fire on accident. So basically after that, the doctors did a series of tests and found out that Izuku has a fire quirk, but it's very odd. It isn't a green fire. It's based on his emotions. The angrier he is, the hotter and the redder the fire will go. The happier he is, the calmer and you could say the less heat comes out, and the greener it is. So yeah. So basically, his fire go around his emotions. If he overuses the quirk, he'll be knocked out. So that's basically it. He's able to this quirk is basically pyrokinesis. Pyrokinesis. He has the power to create and mold fire into his weapon. So after all that, Azuku, he decided to, show Kachan. And we're gonna skip a lot right now because I think if Azuku was actually born with a quirk and not only, quirkless and had the desire to be a hero more than him, Kachan wouldn't be as mean to him as normal. But at the end of the day, they'll be rivals more than that. The day that Azuku protected the kid from Kachan is the day that the rivalry start. No matter what Kachan did, Azuku will be there to help the other person. Sometimes they'll fight, sometimes they'll spar, sometimes they'll be even. Through most of their life, he's been, you could say, popular, but he really never loved the popularity. He just wanted to be a hero. That's it. He wanted to be the number one hero. But he couldn't do that. Because, he can do it. Let me change my wording. He could do it. He just doesn't want all the popularity. He wants to protect people without people saying, oh my god, it's the number one hero. No, he just wants to save people. Done. Just protect the innocent. No matter what. So yeah, after that, through his life, he's been training. And then we go to when he's walking under the bridge. When Izuku walks under the bridge, the same happens, but the thing is, he's able to fight back and able to get out of his grasp. And he starts burning the slime villain. The slime villain is getting very, very mad because he's getting burned a lot. So after all that, All Might comes, the usual, gets saved. But Izuku never hangs on to his leg or asks, can he become a hero? But All Might does put a little bit too much power into his jump. That causes, the sludge villain to get out of his pocket. And the usual happens. But the thing is, that was nothing. And not like the original anime, he's able to fight off the sludge villain without All Might's help because he's burning the sludge villain. I think the sludge villain will be very, very weak to fire, and I'm extremely sorry if you hear my mother in the background. She's sometimes very loud. So, yeah, he's able to help Kachan. Kachan accepts the help this time because they're basically brothers, basically friends. So, yeah. After all that, BB gun. What the fuck? I don't know if the BB went in or not. Pretty fucking scared now. Either way. So yeah. After all that, at the end, All Might asks him to be the successor. And I'm gonna say he says yes. One, because it's All Might for love of God, and two, he feels he's more worthy than ever. Because after all that, at the end, his goal was to be like All Might. And want to take the quirk so he could be closer to All Might than ever. So at the end of the day, Izuku trains more. Let's say it only took 5 months because I'm guessing through these years, Izuku had been training double because he had a quirk. Because unlike the anime, he didn't train at all because, quirkless, couldn't defend himself, all that stuff. So yeah. At the end of the day, Izuku trained his ass off. And later find out he had to just basically swallow hair to get his power. Which kind of made him uncomfortable. It was weird swallowing a human's hair, but at the end of the day, he got his hair, he got the quirk, and then they start training with it. But every single time Izuku, uses the quirk, of course, none like the anime, it's broken bones Midoriya. So through 5 months of more training with All Might and getting the quirk and using it properly, and All Might being a good trainer or trait teacher, he's actually able to actually actually you know actually get full cowling early. All Might gave him a different example. He said, "Don't compress your power. Release the power not to one thing, but many things. Think of it like electricity. It doesn't stay in one place. It goes all over the place. Release it like that." So Zoku takes that mind. He calms down and lets the power flow through his whole body. He's able to use 5% of full cowling, and I'm gonna jump up to say, "Oh no. Oh God, no. No, 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 no. God, you had to torture me like this. They're playing Baby Shark." I'm gonna make this video quick so you don't have to suffer with me. So at the end of the day, we're gonna go to the UA test, the exam. There we go. So after that, the same thing happens, but except Midoriya doesn't mutter that much. He's extremely smart. He just mutters in his head. When Ida got up to talk saying you didn't explain the 0 pointer, Izuku said he doesn't need to explain anything. It's just a 0 pointer. You don't have to, pay attention to it. Ida, thinking that was common sense, he didn't have to explain something that was 0 points. It wasn't going to be worth their time. So they go to the field. Ida says thank you, but at the end of the day, Izuku says, "Okay, it doesn't matter." But either way, at the end, let's see. Everything happens, but Izuku gets more points. I'm gonna say he gets 70 points, and because he used the flames on his feet, to launch him up, to basically make him look like he's flying. It's basically like an endeavor using the flames. And then when he sees the 0 pointer and sees Uraraka on the ground, the person that... No, I'm going to say the things were opposite. Uraraka was nervous, Izuku was confident, and Izuku saved her. But either way, Izuku had to think of something, and time froze for him. He couldn't move, he couldn't do anything. So he thought, I have to make something. So he looks through everything he has done and sees how he can mold his fire into bows, swords, these weapons, these mighty, mighty weapons. And then after that, he thinks if he can mold this into weapons, he can mold these into animals. So what he does, he molds a big guardian, a fire guardian. This is at least a little bit more taller than the 0 pointer, 5 feet taller. I'm just kidding, 1 feet taller, and it's very bigger, not that big, bigger than you could say, it could knock him down, and it's basically this huge how can I real steel. Thinking of that. Thinking of that. It's real steel. Basically, two robots fighting, but one's fire, and one's a big scrap metal. That's basically what happens to the robot. While they're fighting, Izuku is very exhausted because he's using too much flames. He's never used this much. So he has enough energy to go to Uraraka, grab her, and take her to safety. But in return, the his guardian had enough heat in his hand to slice in half. That finishing it off, and Izuku knocking out. Uraraka takes him to the infirmary, and after that, I think that's it. Tell me everything you want to know, and watch this. And at the end of the day, have a good life, have a good day, have a good whatever you're doing. Don't get corona and have the usual, and goodbye. And I'm sorry for all the noise that happened in the background. Bye bye.